So I want to be as quick as possible to both sides of the table. Um, I'm noticing a few people are unsubscribing. Listen, I do still cover Game of Thrones, Wheel of Time, Star Wars, and many other things. I usually do it on the other channels more regularly. I have an issue with the Kubrick channel. Hopefully that will get resolved soon, but expect new things on those channels. And yes, we will still deal with fantasy on this channel. Just be patient. Those reviews are coming. But let us deal with the Rotting Jewels, Zero Dark Tony, ongoing, evolving controversy. And I know some people are still confused about who Dana is, so I'll be real quick there too. Dana is Rotting Jewels. Rotting Jewels is her YouTuber name. Dana has a few other aliases. She goes by Dana Da on Twitter, and she's maintained some consistency. When she was allied with Zero Dark Tony, she did research on SPTV broadly. Some of it was good. I'm not even going to focus on Tommy Scoville. So, but I want to be very quick there that, and she's exaggerating. Dana has a tendency to always exaggerate. That's been a common dilemma, but it's getting worse. She did do a good expose of Scoville early on, but I think she's overplayed her hand there, but I want to note that. So I don't want to do clickbait. We will return to her and Scoville and some issues and problems with her positions there, but I want to give her credit. She did an early expose on Brett and that he wasn't the nice guy because people are so confused with Brett too. So the way Brett got big is Aaron invited him onto his channel. Brett gave expert advice on prisons and Danny Masterson, and Aaron, being the smooth brained, I love victims, I love women and children's, just promoted this monster and didn't even do any background checking because he doesn't care. He only cares about the money and the fame and the power. So Scoville got bigger and bigger, and now we have this big mess on our hands. And of course, Aaron, being Aaron, isn't cleaning it up. We have to clean it up. So good on Dana. She tracked down some of the holes in his story. So give her that much. But I think she's exaggerated what role she played in the downfall. But, that's just me. But I want to linger on the Kenny question with her and Zero Dark Tony. So again, being very brief, Kenny was or is a kind of questionable activist who screams against the Church of Scientology. He was allied with defender of anti-DOA for a long time. They recently parted ways. Kenny swears he will still do things to expose DOA and destroy him, etc., etc., etc. And as odd and strange, and how did this even happen? I don't want to know. Dana and Kenny hooked up because at one point, Dana, DOA, and Kenneth formed an anti Zero Dark Tony super team. And there you go. Mutual hatred of the enemy. But apparently, Kenny made the really bad choice. Actually, I think there he's justified, but there you go. Dana can't stand being on the rock bottom because she's the Queenie. And if we don't recognize Queenie of all things, research esoterica and sexy reading glasses, then the world goes to chaos, apparently. No pun intended. So Kenneth had questionable behind the scenes relations with Zero Dark Tony because, and there I actually give Kenny a lot of points, Aaron Smith-Levin is probably the bigger danger and threat, and I agree. Like, Aaron is technically way more evil and stupid than Zero Dark Tony will ever be. You can criticize Zero Dark Tony, but the guy has revealed a lot, and he did it way before Aaron and way more consistent. So, you got to give him that much. So apparently Kenneth was willing to work with Zero Dark Tony against Aaron, and Dana got really, really angry. DOA also got angry, and so he was exiled from the DOA Dana cults, respectively. And of course, Kenneth, being the mature man he was, just went buck wild and started insulting and attacking everyone. And for a while, his channel went up by 12 people. And listen, I even like some of these people, but I found it a little shocking how some of the people, I love you, Kenneth. You hate DOA. I love you now. I love you now. I love you forever. And apparently, Zero Dark Tony is taking a lot of credit that the channel's gone. And this is really recent because I've been a Kenny watcher for months now, and not out of choice, but I've tried to catch his lives, his shorts, his posts, and God, it's all ugly. Listen, I don't have a high opinion of DOA. I don't like Nora, and increasingly I'm finding Dana barely tolerable. There's a better way. You can even criticize people with very snarky, tough language, but holy, oh my lord. All Kenneth did, literally all Kenneth did was spewing endless insults, disgusting graphics. I will admit, a few of them are incredibly they are funny. Some of them, sometimes he is very funny, but it was just an endless stream of insults, innuendo, insults, innuendo. Again, I don't even like these people. I don't like Dianette Case, right? I don't like Nora. I don't like Marilyn. I don't like DOA. And, it's fine to be critical of these people, but why? Why? So apparently Zero Dark Tony got tired. He pulled the plug, and YouTube agreed, saying, which it did. Like, I was like wondering, like, how can YouTube be letting this happen? And it's like, well, they weren't. They weren't. Apparently, I'm guessing what Zero Dark Tony did is this: is that if you have one, two, three violations, then your channel goes away. Usually, people get these violations one at a time. I got unlucky, and Aaron and someone else did copyright strikes simultaneous, so I was in trouble. So I am not for censorship. That is not what I play. But those posts and those videos and those lives were breaking the terms of service. I mean, by a lot. By a lot. Kenny was just not obeying the rules. So it is what it is. So I'm guessing Zero Dark Tony just waited when he had enough accumulation of violations and just decimated the channel. And Kenny, being the super intellectual, probably has not had a good counter argument against these charges. Again, whether you like it or not, the cat is out of the bag. His name is public, so it's not him protecting privacy. His name is out there. In fact, some of his channel names are hinting at his real name. So the guy doesn't care about the privacy. So I'm guessing the problem is just, yeah, you're violating the terms of service. And that is the end of the story. And there we are. So am I celebrating this? Well, he's trying these new channels, and I was so confused because I clicked on one of them. He has like 125 subscribers. I think he had like 1,260 people in the last channel. And Zero Dark Tony swears any new channel that's going to get terminated too. So I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't like censorship, but we should have some boundaries. And again, like what Kenny really brought nothing to the table. I mean, with some lives, he was just staring at his phone, eating, staring at phone, looked at chat, went back to staring at phone, eating, and said, I hate DOA. Back to eating. It was not very productive, not very constructive. He was obsessively attacking, tagging Stick a Chick, who I like. I think she's actually genuinely funny. She's a very amusing commentator. Again, I'm critical of the people supporting DOA. I think they should be more critical of his activities, but really, what was Kenny's problem? He thought that Stick a Chick was secretly recording him through his own phone. I'm like, huh? What? What are you talking about? And his mature intellectual responses to constantly just do weird graphics of her in all kinds of positions. I'm like, I don't think that's the right answer. So again, I'm not super sensitive either, but I do think we want to be careful beyond a certain point. So I'm not unhappy the channel went away, but I don't think we want to silence voices. Still, if Kennedy is going to continue to be here, I suggest, he needs to improve how he's presenting his arguments, because so far it's just, I hate DOA. I'm going to expose you. Great. Go ahead and do that. You haven't done that yet. And I hate Zero Dark Tony. I got that. You need to follow the rules. Oh, it's a tunnel boss. No, no tunnels. No tunnels, boss. So, yeah, that's where we are with Kenny. 3 channels gone. Yeah, 3 channels decimated. Um, I would like to at least argue on his behalf that he said he's not in here for the money, but then shortly before his official channel got destroyed, he said he did the whole Cash App thing. Again, I'm not judging because sometimes I ask for money. I ask for channel memberships. I ask for super chats. But I tried to do something for that money. Kenny was just like, just give me money to annoy DOA. Huh? Like, whatever. But anyway, but his official stance is he's here to help children. And he likes the whole Nimkus slogan. And there we are. I guess the best I can do for him. And it was funny. It was funny. Is he called Streets LA, Sweets LA? Okay, that was pretty funny because yeah, Streets sometimes wears pink, and that's probably his more natural color. So there we are. Will Kenny reform? No, no, no. I'm gonna be preemptive. He's not gonna reform himself. But yeah, I'm not comfortable where we're going here with the censorship drives. But on the other hand, I just don't think the way he interacted with Stick a Chick was. I don't think that was good. I mean, she's a tough woman, so I get that, but I don't know. I think we can do a little bit better than just whatever posting woman's head near toilet. I think we do a little bit better than that. Please.